Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at strange and creepy TikToks that will make you question reality.
Yo, y'all need to be more aware and be more prepared before things turns out wrong. Basically, the weather people ain't telling y'all everything. The water is hot. The sharks is coming closer and closer and closer to the shores. So, like, they finding it kind of strange. A lot of sea creatures are being seen in the northern area where they really supposed to be in the southern waters,
Hmm.
meaning like these creatures are used to being in warmer water, but the thing is the waters are hot. So one thing I knew, nature not gonna lead you wrong. Nature gonna lead by example, and I just feel like they know, but I feel like they don't want to tell us. But we have to be aware and look at things too. If you look at the weather period, just look at how hot it is now compared to years ago. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter as the years go. Something is definitely going on with the water, and I don't know if it could be like a, I don't know if it's like a underwater earthquake. I don't know, like volcano. I don't know, but it's getting hot to where, like, y'all see how they always fixing on the roads. They gonna constantly be fixing on the roads because the heat temperatures. I mean, they gonna stay cracking, but you definitely need to pay attention to nature. Nature is gonna let you know something is going wrong. Since when we seen, like sharks swimming that far to the shore, coming that close? Like these animals are used to being pushed out in the waters. Something is not right, but I know just I don't want no hurricane to come here. You know, a lot of people, some people can't afford to be leaving the city, but you're gonna have to do what you have to do if it push come to shove. But I don't want to have to deal with no more hurricanes. But y'all just pay attention to the water. Just pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to nature. Just look up things and just see how the weather is going. Look and see what suspicious activity you done seen with the sea creatures. It's just things not normal.
Yeah, y'all, I don't trust the water anyway. I mean, why would I trust the ocean? If I go in the ocean and I go under the water for a couple minutes, I'm a goner. I'm not meant to swim in the ocean. I'm just saying. At least I don't think so.
Where is this car that's reflecting on this Boston Pizza window? It's a Corvette C8.
Yo,
I seriously don't
no
see
Lambo
that
out
car
there.
anywhere. Where's that car?
Where is that car?
Where where is that car? Hello, where's that car? Where is this car?
Yo, where's the
You
car?
know how something's going wrong in America? Well, the number one company in America, as far as something that many Americans would um, frequent, once or twice a week for their families, their sales are plummeting to the point where this company, their lines are empty and is no one's going there no more. Do you know what company that is? And this is going to shock you because this name is worldwide.
Okay, which I think the company is. Not Walmart. There's always people at Walmart. I mean, it could be Walmart. Is it Walgreens? Kroger's. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think he about to say.
And if they're going down, you can imagine what's happening to the rest of these companies that are similar to this. But McDonald's, guys, McDonald's sales are plummeting. On the screen right now, you're going to see
McDonald's.
a chart, and you'll see that their sales have gone on a downward spiral.
Now, I don't see how that correlates in real life. I'm just being honest because I can never go past the McDonald's and there's not a long line. There's always a long line at McDonald's. Maybe it's because now they don't, no one's eating inside McDonald's. You got like no one that helps you at the register. I don't know. Here in my city, right? They've got these new McDonald's. They've like upgraded them all, and you can't even talk to anybody to order your food. You got to come in and play with the screen, and then wait for your number to pop up. And you know what I'm saying? But what if you just want to order something with somebody? What if you got a question? You can't even ask that no more. So I think that's like making a lot of the older crowd like, I'm not messing with McDonald's no more. So I could see it, I guess.
To the point.
I can't make this shit up, y'all. We spilled blue cheese in the car, and now the car is covered in blue cheese mold.
Ugh.
I kid you fucking not. Look at this shit. It looks like cat hairs or like soap is stuck everywhere.
Ugh. Y'all eat that? I don't. Ugh. What happened at this nuclear plant? We all breathing this in now.
Okay, we got more northern lights and more meteors tonight. The Perseid meteor shower that peaked last night is still going on tonight. So if you live on Earth, most of you, and have clear skies tonight, go outside and look up and you can enjoy meteors all night long. Now, the northern lights, however, there's another geomagnetic storm. Last night we had enhanced auroras all over the United States. It was amazing. I got these pictures, even with one of the Perseid meteors going right through the northern lights. What a bucket list item, like, to capture. How do you, what? Well, we did it just with smartphones. So on my live streams here on TikTok, I'm showing you guys how to capture this stuff with your smartphones, because your eyes in a lot of areas might not see that you have auroras going on where you live. But if you go out, use a tripod, set it on there and do a long exposure, your phone will pick it up, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to put at the end of this video a little tutorial of that, and hopefully it helps you. And good luck seeing the meteors tonight and the northern lights. And make sure you're following me, because I will be live tonight with the telescope on the moon, Saturn, the northern lights, and the meteor showers. If we see the northern lights here. I hope we do. See you there. Oh, and the cat says hi. Mainly on an iPhone, you can go to photo, and in the photo mode, you're going to see a window like this when you're ready to take a photo. All right, you see those menus. Just hit the caret on the top center. Now it brings up a different menu across the bottom while you're in photo mode. Over on the right is is like a brightness thing. That's at -7, and over on the left is the moon with lines and a circle, weird looking thing. That's yellow, so that's turned on, and then the flash is turned off. We're gonna click the moon, and we're messing with how long our exposure is. Right now that's at 5 seconds. Oops. Let's go ahead and move this up to 30 and do a likes race, something that we've been doing tonight. So I'm gonna tap, hold on the screen for that block to blink. Now we're lock focused. We're gonna do 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's pretty dope. You learn something new every day. Because I didn't know I could do that on my iPhone. I didn't even know I had long exposure. I thought that was something on the Google phones. But hey, but man, isn't it weird that as of recent, like in the last year or two, right, we've heard a lot about northern lights and being able to see the northern lights and these auroras. But I just feel like prior to that, we didn't hear anything about northern lights. Like if you did, you were on a plane somewhere and you miraculously recorded it, or you were way up north in like Alaska. But now we're seeing them like in the States. So something's definitely up.
So I'm not scared of aliens, just want to clarify this. The reason I did that video a couple of weeks back, and people are still messaging me to this day, just right at this moment as well, which has made me do this video, is the fact that I'm scared that I've been lied to, and and I've been fooled, like millions and millions of other people, that this is not alien, this is demonic. That would make me scared, and I'm going to explain why. If this is demonic, and these are demonic beings, then a lot of these religious books, that myself has been ignorant to are potentially real, potentially true, potentially a playbook. There is also the scenario, and I'm playing this in me. I'm on the fence at the minute. Religion, the fence, the UFO and alien topic, and I'm right on this fence. I'm dipping into the religious stuff. I'm balls deep in the UFO stuff. But the more I delve into this religion, the more I tie it to the UFO research that I've done for 25 years. And I cannot dismiss it. Now, if this is demonic, this is not good. This makes sense when it says Satan had dominion over the planet. We're screwed. The world's screwed. What's happening now just in the UK? We are screwed. And what happens to people like me that are non-believers? That's what I'm scared about. Because I don't necessarily believe in a God. I don't not believe in a God, and I do not. Let me get my words right.
He's indifferent.
I believe there's something. That's why I went from atheist to agnostic. I believe there's something that created everything. I don't believe of what our science comes up with. Oh, Big Bang, everything. No. I think that's bullshit. It's primitive. It's a primitive scientific explanation for what created the universe, in my opinion. It's too perfect. It is too perfect. There has to be some creation, some sort of God. Is it the God that are in these books? Potentially. I need to research it, and then by researching it, I might follow it. I don't know. But I have opened myself up to God, and I have opened myself up to praying a little bit here and there, trying to reach out. 'Cause something's pulling me to religion. Something is pulling me to religion. I can't deny that. And that's only been over the last few weeks, by the way. I've been anti-religion, all of a sudden, bang. And since I went against Jesus in that video with Eamon Hillman, when that bottle, not that bottle, but a bottle fell flying off that counter, something changed in me, and something pulling me towards the religious side. And I know people say, oh, you're religious nut and stuff like that. No, religious people aren't nutters. Just like UFO people aren't nutters. The conclusion I'm coming to are, they're both the same. They're both just looking at this from a different angle. Yes, I've just changed into a hoodie because I've just had to go and sort my daughter out and she puked all over my t-shirt, so just get out of the way. Yeah, I've changed into a hoodie. We're looking at it from a different angle. So the religious people looking at it from the religious books, the people that are non-religious looking at it from, oh, it's aliens and stuff like that. So, but you tie it together, it's connected, and this is what I'm coming to the conclusion to now. There are billions of people that are religious, right? They
He owned
can't all
something.
be wrong. And religion was a big part of history before the 1940s, before Roswell happened and stuff like that. They believed in demons, they believed it was well known about, so why should we all of a sudden dismiss this? Because we're being told to dismiss this. There's no such thing as any of this. It's all nuts, it's all bonkers, everything's bonkers. They let religion carry on doing what they're doing, and they hide the UFO topic, they won't release it. It has been acknowledged, if you've been paying attention. It has been acknowledged that it's a real phenomenon. But I'm telling you now, from a non-religious person to other non-religious people, if this is demonic, pick up a religious book and start looking into it, because we could 100% have been told the biggest lie in history. And this could be why they're trying to dwindle out the religious side of things. 100%. This is why you look at the United Kingdom, which speak about my own country, for example, say it's a Christian country. No, I would not say it's a Christian country. Most of the people I know are not religious people. They don't believe in anything. So 100% the UK, in my opinion, is not a Christian country anymore. It's not a Christian country. I'd say it's more atheist, maybe a bit of agnostic. Not a Christian country, one little bit. That's just my interpretation. You can go about these stats and say, oh, well, these people. How many follow it? How many truly follow it, though?
None.
All I say to people is stay on the fence. If you've deep dived the UFO stuff, there's no harm in delving into those religious books, because those religious books, there's a lot of things that you can corroborate with the UFO topic. That is the stuff I'm scared of. If what I've been researching and dismissing is actually one, we've got a problem. We've got a huge problem when you look at the planet and what's going on the planet around the world right now, wars, and what's going on in the UK right this moment in time, and everything that's being pushed out there. And if you've deep dived the UFO stuff, you'll know the sinister side of things. So you'll see that's a demonic side. So it makes sense for it to be a demonic thing. 100% it makes sense. People just need to look at it. Don't.
You know, I think he might be on to something there. Guys, I'll be honest. I've never read the full Bible. If you've read the full Bible front to back, let me know in the comment section. And the reason for me not doing so is because when I look at it, man, that's a thick book, man. I'm like, yo, this is pretty intimidating. I don't know if I really want to read that. It's like trying to go read the newest Harry Potter book and you ain't even read the first one. And the page is like, you know, the book like this big, got 1,000 pages. You're like, man, I ain't never finna finish this. You know, you might read the first 2 chapters, set it down, and not touch it for a while because it's like, I got so much to go. But one day I will sit down and actually read it page for page and see if these things correlate. Because like he said, man, I'm balls deep into the UFO stuff, into all of that, but I'm just kind of dibbling and dabbling into the religion stuff, you know? So, hey, one day I will. Is that 2 suns? Guys, what's going on here? What is it? 2 suns? Something else in the sky? So look, the other video we had, they were talking about sun halos, right? There's a sun halo here. You just can't really see it as well as you can on these other days. If you look around this big, whatever that is, I don't know if that's the sun or what that is, but the big ball that's glowing. If you look around that in a circle, you'll start to see like a color halo, you know, from the sun. That right there, it just makes me question a lot. Like, what exactly is that? Why is it reflecting that way? And why is it a perfect circle around the sun? What do these halos come from? And I don't want to hear no scientific definition about some crystals suspended in air and the way that the sun reflects off of these. I don't want to hear that. Literally. That's how it is. It's crazy. Leeds riots.
I hope y'all are paying attention to everything that they're finding listeria in now. Produce, silk milk, the deli meat. They're finding listeria in everything. I'm scared to go grocery shopping.
Silk milk.
Here's a conspiracy theory I think might be true. Last week, a Tesla crashed through a wall of my house. I was home when it happened. The first thing I did was check to make sure my roommate was okay. Then I called 911. Then I went outside and started taking pictures of the crash. My first picture was at 5:07 p.m. My first picture of the tow truck drivers trying to take the Tesla out of here was at 5:10 p.m. It had literally just happened minutes earlier, and so I was like, hey, can we pause for a second? Like, the cops are on their way right now, and the tow truck driver actually said to me, fuck you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, my house just got ran into. Have some empathy. And no joke, he goes, here's your empathy. And I was like, oh my God, you're being that much of a dick right now? And he goes, get the fuck out of my way. And then he shoved me and he threatened to beat me up and kill me if I didn't let him get the car out of there. So my question is Tesla's automatic crash system alerting tow truck drivers? And are they offering them a bunch of money to get the car out of a situation before news cameras show up? They don't want any more negative press because those tow truck drivers were here so fast and they were so aggressive, there had to be a bunch of money on the line.
Yo, y'all still trust Tesla? I don't. I seen a Tesla the other day and it was just trying to drive. It was stuck, but there was nobody in it. You know, it was like backing out of a parking space. Nobody in that mug. I feel like somebody can control them mugs. Like there's somebody behind the screen with a little bitty joystick like this, a little Atari joystick, and they just controlling all the Teslas all at once. Or they could pick which one they want to control. And then now you got all these cyber trucks on the road, which those are just giant missiles. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a Cybertruck coming 100 miles per hour into your house or to anything, another car. And imagine if you get all of those on the same time and they just conspiracy mind going crazy right now.
Okay, I found one. Holy
Oh wow.
shit.
Hold
I'm on
on.
the video.
Do y'all see that?
Holy crap.
Look at it compared to the trees. That's literally a giant wolf.
Oh my god. He's behind the trees right now.
Anybody ever seen Princess Mononoke?
There he is. God, it's incredible. That's for sure Grizz, right? Really? Really?
See how it stopped?
Oh, yeah, it's stopped right now.
See how it's moving?
Yeah.
It's trotting.
Oh. Cool. Don't they usually move in packs? Yeah. I'm filming this whole thing. This is... Whoa. Cool. It's giant.
Literally.
Really? You think? Well, the legs are quite long.
See the legs? See how it's doing that run there? And well, that's kind of bear-like, but it's the next one. I swear. In the way it's stopping.
Yeah.
See how they often do that? They stop.
And they look back. I don't know. I'm just assessing.
So far away.
Well.
That is so cool. Nice eye.
Wait a minute. Florida man arrested for using a lost U.S. nuke to power his home for more than 27 years? Yo, my man's a genius.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with...
I'll be honest though, I kind of think that's AI. Just saying, if I look at the pictures.
Strongest earthquake update. August 12th, 2024. Hold on, oh your asses. 630 to earthquakes, Lamont, California swarm. Oklahoma earthquake swarm. Over 60 earthquakes.
Dang. 60?
Be ready in the east. "147 earthquakes at the Hawaii volcano. Have an earthquake plan. Thank you."
Moving to Africa, that's my
I have
plan.
a massive update about the guy I saw with black eyes. I've been tossing this up in the air for a little bit whether I should post the video or not. And I decided to just because I promised a few people that I would keep them updated on what happened. I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. I went into work this morning. My boss told me because Monday is a holiday, he's like, why don't you go ahead and do your Monday route today? That way we don't have to worry about it. Awesome. So I get in my van, I'm making deliveries. I had to stop at that guy's company. I didn't see him in the window. I dropped the part like normal. I got like maybe a mile down the road. I just pulled over because everything in my stomach, in my gut, in my heart was like, you know what, maybe you should have done this before, but let's Google his name. And I Googled his name. I have more questions now than I did before. Because the first thing that popped up was his face, and underneath it, it said obituary, that he died in October of 23. Was I handing parts to a ghost? I'm 100% sure that I am of right frame of mind. I know I was handing that guy parts. And, you know, I try to do logical thinking too, like people keep telling me to do. And I'm like, maybe he's got a twin brother. But in what family do you have twins and name them the exact same thing? So that kind of doesn't sit well with me. So that tells me that I handed my parts to somebody that died in October. How is that possible? The next time I see that company, I'm going to walk in and ask them about him. I'm just massively confused, but I wanted to share this because I don't know what to take of this, and I'm hoping for some opinions. I don't want to hear that schizophrenia crap because I know I don't have it. I'm not going to a psychiatrist. I don't need it. I know 110% that I was handing that guy the parts.
Yeah, don't go to the psychiatrist, man. When you, like, I feel like that's how they trap people, right? Like people who say they see things. I just feel like these people have a special power and ability to see things that we can't. You know, they might be able to see into another dimension, and we're not able to see that. But then you go to the psychiatrist, and guess what happens? They put you on some medication, or they throw you in a crazy home. They're gonna label you as crazy. You're constantly taking meds now, and now you're one of these homeless people walking down the street talking to yourself. That's literally what happens.
I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm still not going to give up his name or his address, and now because of respect for his family, I'm at a loss for words. So if anybody knows any ideas, please message me, tell me. I am completely lost right now. I almost quit my job over it.
Oh, serious, Dan.
Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions or you want to chime in on what you think it is, please do so. Until the next one, I love you all. God bless.
That's crazy. So I need to see the first video he was talking about.
My people, what you're seeing is Terrence Howard's working model of his virtual reality patent, live in action, made over 9 years ago, because this is when he posted it. In 2015, said that there's enough energy in here, 1.21 gigawatts, to be able to time travel back to 1955.
What?
Now in this clip, we have another one of Terrence Howard's inventions, which he calls the linchpin, as you can see.
Yeah, that's pretty
right
cool.
above me. Now this has a propulsion system that doesn't give off any heat or sound. Doesn't that sound familiar? Kind of like the UFOs that they describe of today. And it can even change directions and flip over without losing speed and disappear in the snap of a finger. Now, as you can see, someone called Terrence Howard's inventions futuristic, but I'm a firm believer that there's nothing new under the sun, and anything you can think of has already been done. It's just that we are now remembering. Enter the new age, baby. New sun. We getting all of our information back. Shout out to my ancestors, because I know ancient technology when I see it. Leave in the comments below. Peace and one love.
What is something that doesn't sit right with you?
I'm about to read you this word for word so you don't have to. This information is very researchable. Between 1502 and 1503, Caesar Borgia hired Leonardo da Vinci to be an architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci became intimate lovers in a homosexual relationship. Expressing his love for Caesar, Leonardo painted pictures of him. Caesar's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander VI, under the authority of the Catholic Church elite, had his son's picture up as Jesus Christ in the Western world, and ordered every picture of a black Jesus destroyed. Caesar also had relations with his own sister Lucrezia, and killed his own brother Giovanni in 1497. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to allow his picture to be put up, and to be portrayed as Jesus Christ.
Man, look, if you know, then you know. because the real ones, we already knew that, man. We knew that the whole image of Jesus, of Jesus, right, is of Caesar. We know that. You can go back in the history books to find that. Just go listen to some John Henry Clark when you got some time, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. But it's just crazy how they can mess with history. And now they got the entire world thinking that this guy is the savior for them. And that's who they have on their wall. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.